topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
God, did you hear the lady who just did the disclaimer? I mean, it was like an auctioneer, wasn't she? Anyway, hey, good evening. Welcome to our relaunch of the Eat and Critique Show. Sophie and I are so excited that we're going to be able to share some top Florida's restaurants, maybe some that aren't so good.
And the ugly.
The ugly. And we're so happy you tuned in with us tonight. And we've got the greatest producer in DJ. What will we have done without him?
Good question.
And we're going to be with you every Monday night. It's from 6 to 7. And if you've got a question and you're watching us right now, right there on the right-hand side, you can actually chat with us. Chat us. You can chat with us. This is how, when we give the question, which we're going to have several tonight, you can win a gift certificate. So be ready on that chat button. Hi, Sophia.
This is really exciting. This is like unbelievable. Our dream came true. All right, get going.
Oh, okay. I thought that was exciting. But no, we're really excited about this because Sophia and I have been doing this for a long time. But tonight is our first launch of TV and podcast. And I got to tell you, this is the best, the cream of the crop. So let's get started. Just so you know, because this is our first show, my name is Steve O. And if you saw my last name, you would see why it's Steve O. I've been doing radio now for about 12 years. Actually won New Times contest, best of radio host. New Times, I mean, that's a big publication. Even if it's not, I'm going to tell everybody it is. And then I was actually a chef, and I hated every minute of it. So I began writing for the Boca Raton News, for the Jewish Post, and all of a sudden it's like I wanted more. I wanted to share with people who dine out a lot because people don't have the kind of money they used to have. So I didn't want them going to a bad restaurant. And we will be talking about some bad restaurants. And Sophia, tell them who you are.
I'm a boring person.
Oh my God. That is so untrue. God, you were like one of the top people in healthcare.
I was a healthcare executive. Like I said, it's not as exciting as Steve's background.
Yeah, you were very humble. Well, Sophia handles all the creative for our show, and that's a full-time job, and she's got a full-time job. But everything you see creative on our show, Sophia had everything to do with that.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that you're on the show with me.
I'm happy to be with you.
Give me a kiss in if you're so happy.
Let's get going.
Okay. Can't get everything. We have got 2 great restaurants on with us tonight, and they both happen to be Coral Springs restaurants.
Yes, we don't have a Palm Beach restaurant today. We had one, but we'll talk a little bit about it. It was Le Sorel, that's in Boca and Delray. Excellent.
Le Sorel sounds like a gentleman's club.
It means 3 sisters.
Okay.
In Italian. 3 sisters started the restaurant, and we had a really incredible tasting there.
Yeah. Sophia, my daughter, who lives in Plano, Texas, is listening tonight. I don't know if you see anything on the chat yet on there, but I think that was pretty cool. My daughter is listening.
Marco's online too.
Oh, Marco's online too. Well, I want to tell everybody the first restaurant we're going to talk about tonight is Mexican, Cuban food. And I'm from Texas, if you can't tell. We are going to have the most amazing Mexican restaurant. Just so you know, before we get started, because we are going to be together for a long time, Sophia and I are very honest with our opinions, maybe sometimes too honest. So if we have an advertiser or someone who wants to advertise with their show, if we don't like their food, we're going to let you know. And we're not even going to take their gift certificate. So when we tell you someone's food, like I'm saying right now, I love Mexican food. There's a lot of Mexican restaurants.
Okay, DJ, bring our guest on.
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
There he is.
Hello.
You're driving your car, bro?
Yeah, you're gonna see me. I'm gonna be multitasking a little bit. I'm gonna drive the
Uh-oh.
car. This is a business owner 101. Business owner 101.
Well, I'm going to just bring up a little bit about the past. So we've been going there for years. Marko, I love your restaurant. I loved your father. May his soul rest in peace. Your father was wonderful. You've got the greatest general manager there in Jorge. And your food is so consistent. And we're going to talk. Last night, Sophia and I had the greatest tasting ever. So we're going to talk about some of your dishes. The deal is, you got to keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah, I'm worried about
I'm almost at the
restaurant.
restaurant.
I see the lights flashing by.
Yeah, what's that red blinking light behind you?
No, I'm on the way. About 5 minutes away from the restaurant. Not even.
So, Marko, I've always said you could tell an Italian restaurant by the bread they put on the table when you first sit down. I've always said Mexican food, you can always tell by their salsa. Bro, you have got the greatest salsa I have ever had, and that includes salsa I had in Dallas all my life.
Yeah, we take pride in that. That's one of our proudest achievements, as you could say, to put on the table for our guests. It's freshly made every single day, and that's a lot of tomatoes we go throughout the week, as you can imagine. And it's something that we're really well known for. As you just mentioned, everybody kind of knows us for our salsa, and we continue to just take pride in it and serve it up day by day for you guys to just keep on loving it.
Should bottle it up and sell it and make some more money.
I've thought about it. I've thought about that. But you can have to have preservatives in it. It might change up the flavor a little bit. But we take pride in freshness. And that's why we literally prepare that salsa every day fresh. A new batch of tomatoes come in and we serve it to you. That's why, I don't know if you've noticed, the salsa can change a little bit in flavor. Time here and there just depends on the tomato season. Because as you can imagine, tomatoes have season. It gets cold in Florida. So then we have to get tomatoes from, California, or, sometimes the tomatoes come from Mexico. So it all depends on, the season of the tomatoes, because it's not all year long in Florida, unfortunately. But we get tomatoes fresh every single day, every single week to make it nice for you guys. And then sometimes it does change in flavor, but, that's how it is in the restaurant.
It's the best. I could drink it. It is so good.
People do that.
Last night, let me tell you about our first dish. We started off with an appetizer. Now, before I go, your guacamole, you don't need to come by the table to make the guacamole. Your guacamole is so good.
Yeah, the guacamole is another thing we take pride in. Everything's ordered weekly, fresh, and we use fresh. And that's what we like. That's what makes us who we are, right? You could buy canned avocado or whatever it is, but we take pride in the fresh ingredients we serve and the quality of ingredients we serve too. These aren't just your normal avocados, the Florida avocados. These are Mexican Hass avocados, which over the year have gone pretty pricey, But regardless of the price, we want to serve you the best avocado. And that's actually what makes the guacamole the guacamole is the type of avocado we're using. So we use Haas avocado from Mexico, and it makes a really difference in guacamole.
So it's
Guys got me
guacamole. I
cutting
didn't
it out
say
there.
guacamole. So Haas is, what's the difference? Because I know the Florida avocados are bigger, and I actually prefer those over the Haas. What happens if you use the Florida?
So the creaminess. So it's all about the creaminess of the avocado. The larger ones the Florida ones tend to have a higher water content in them, making them a little bit more watery. So the Haas avocados, which are smaller brown ones, have a little bit more creaminess to them. So that's why you see like the guacamole is so nice and creamy when we make it. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
And you don't have to make it on the table to make it good, do you?
No. Well, we had the Mariachi's cheese dip for our appetizer. That was amazing. I have not had that there before.
Yeah, so I mean, typical Mexican, it's really good. The typical Mexican cheese is a Blanco cheese dip, but I'm sure you guys know the background of my family. You know, we are a Mexican-Cuban restaurant, but my dad, you know, is Colombian, and my mom's Cuban. So, I mean, we do something different than your typical authentic Mexican restaurant. What my mom and dad have done and still do is they take their approach on Mexican food and like recreate it differently, you know, to the way they want. So we do serve like a yellow cheese dip, right? But it's just the way we serve, the way my mom and dad created these dishes. So it's different than your average or than your normal queso dip, but you guys had it. I think you guys enjoyed it. I like it.
We do. You know, Marko, our phones are ringing off the wall right now. Everybody wants to know where you're located at. I think we're making them hungry, but you've got 2 locations.
2 locations. You got that right. Both in Coral Springs. We have one in North Coral Springs, closer to Parkland. So that one's 4625 North University Drive. And then we have one in South Coral Springs, closer to Tamarack. And that is 2153 North University Drive, Coral Springs. They've both been up and running. We've been in Coral Springs for 30 years now. 30 years next year. So 2023 will be 30 years in business. So started with mom and dad. Now me and my sister and mom now are running both locations. So, I mean, hopefully to another 30 more, you know?
Are we going to have a big 3-0 birthday party for the restaurant?
Oh, yeah. Next
Mariachi band, everything.
Well, you know what? I got to El Mariachi does Cinco de Mayo like no one else does.
Block party. You got that right. Big block party. We do.
Big block party.
Every year we shut the block down. We we invite our family, our community, and anybody. It's an open invite. Anybody can come, but we have a lot of fun that day. We celebrate the day, which is not Mexican Independence Day. People think it's Mexican Independence Day, but it's actually a battle that was won in a small city in Mexico to liberate the Mexicans from the French. So that is what Cinco de Mayo commemorates, celebrates, is a battle won between the Mexicans and the French in a little pueblito.
Well, you definitely do it right. So I turned Sophia on to.
Well, I was checking out that Churrasco steak on the menu because I love chimichurri.
Oof, my mouth is watering just hearing.
That was unbelievable. That was probably the moistest steak I've ever eaten.
It was so tender, but the taste, Marko, I've never. I mean, it's got to be the spices.
It was delicious.
We leave it marinating, for the day. We come in, we prep early, but we let it marinate in all the spices that you can already imagine that we use olive oil so that it gets a hold of those spices and stays well. But a little secret ingredient that you guys are not aware of that we use to make the steak so soft. So they come individually vacuum sealed. I don't know if I told you that, from the vendor.
No.
So yes, they come individually vacuum sealed in the perfect 10-ounce fillet. So, but what makes it so soft than any other churrasco or skirt steak you've ever had is, I don't know if I should tell you, this is a secret ingredient. I'm giving it away, but maybe, you know what, you guys deserve it because this is it. If you guys can somehow do it and pull it out your sleeves, this is the way to do it. We use papaya juice as a natural tenderizer. Natural tenderizer. So the papaya is a very acidic fruit, that you use. So what that does is it breaks up all the muscles and tendons to make the meat even more soft than what it is. It's a natural tenderizer. Natural.
I thought you just pounded it for 3 hours.
No,
I have
man.
a ton of papayas in my yard. I'm gonna try it.
It works magic. And I mean, you can go and buy the best fillet of skirt steak that you can possibly find, whichever grocery store you can find. And you can put it side by side with our skirt steak. And I promise you, our skirt steak will be more tender than the one you buy. You can give it any shot you want. I've already tried it. I've already done this experiment. And I've lost every time.
I got to say this because people are getting so hungry now. You also do something. The dish you do with the tamale and the pork, the shredded pork.
Oh yeah. That's called the tamale.
It's so tender, Marko, and the taste is like nothing your mouth has ever tried before.
Papaya juice.
That was in the skirt steak, but the tamale con lechon, specifically the lechon, because I mean you're taking a Mexican tradition, a delicacy, which is a tamale, right? And you're pairing it up with the most Cuban dish you can possibly pair it up with, which is our lechon asado. And we're really well known for our lechon asado. I mean, besides maybe going to Little Havana, Cuba, I think we have the best roasted pork in the entire county of Broward County.
Agree.
And that's something that we cook for about, total preparation time of that pork that you ate yesterday, man labor and time and love that goes into it and cooking, I would say it's a total of like 14, 15 hours that we take. Yeah.
Whenever I'm on university, Marko, at 7 a.m, there's a van out there, and I know they're prepping.
Oh, yeah. There's somebody prepping. You know what? You brought up in the show earlier, you said, listen, you've been coming for many years now since you've done it. How many years have you been coming, Steve, to the restaurant?
Oh, 15 years, easy.
Yeah. So luckily for our business, we're very fortunate. But the reason why our food stays so consistent is because literally, we owe these guys, they have no price on them, but our cooks are the best cooks, I think, in all of Broward County. They've been here for 15 to 20 years. That's why I think it's a big factor why our food is so consistent, because the same people 15 years ago prepping your nachos or the steak you've had are still with us. They're still with us. And these guys don't have a price. And we all work in my dad's honor. We all work to keep his legacy alive, which is now, look, I'm here at the restaurant.
There's the restaurant.
And he just froze.
Oh, he did freeze.
Oh.
Well, there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so what do we have next?
You see the restaurant now? Look at the restaurant.
I love the Christmas tree. I don't know if you see my puny one in the background. I thought I was getting a big one like yours, but it didn't quite look like yours.
Yeah.
So where is it? Is it behind you?
My Christmas tree? Yeah, you want to go look at it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We had the camarones, the shrimp, but I don't know how to say the al ajillo.
Camarón al ajillo.
I was close.
Here you are.
That sauce, Marko, with the shrimp, out of this world, home run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very typical Cuban dish. So you guys yesterday, from what I understand, had a churrasco, you had the camarones, the guacamole, and the cheese dip, right? So you guys did really good. That's a really good breakdown of what we have to offer as far as Mexican Cuban. I got to tell you,
if people like snapper, you have the best snapper that I've ever had.
The red snapper. Yeah, I know we're famous for a lot of dishes, but there's some high sellers, high movers, and that's one of the dishes we sell a lot too, is that red snapper. It's an on-menu item. It's not an off-menu item. It's an on-menu item, and we cook with a lot of flavors. It's a red snapper that we use, and my dad and mom and everybody at this restaurant, we've been serving it up for almost 30 years, and it's one of the best dishes we have to offer.
You know, I got to tell you, Marko, we are getting so many texts. People are saying how hungry they are. But one of them just said they live in Coral Springs and they didn't know about El Mariachi. How do you live in Coral Springs and not know El Mariachi?
Yeah. Well, now we got to ask the follow-up question is, where do they go for Mexican food?
Oh, Mike, I'm telling you, you know what? It sounds like we're almost doing a commercial for El Mariachi, but we love your food, Marko. It is, in fact, you know, we are hoping to talk Marko into letting us do our show from there every week. Wouldn't that be something?
Live from Mariachi. I like the idea. We can
Live
definitely.
So we had the shrimp, which was out of this world. And then George came in and said, you know, we have churros now.
Oh, yeah. That was typical Mexican dessert. That's like what you eat if you're in Mexico, you know? Churros, baby.
I've had churros before. What made yours so good is it's crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, just tons of cinnamon, and then the sauce, the chocolate sauce.
We use Nutella.
Caramel.
That was some Nutella. We used you probably had, so you had it with the Nutella then yesterday.
Nutella.
Yes.
I like the hazelnut. It had I never had churros before, Marko. And Steve brought some to me one time, and yours were just so different. They were really good. Had a lot of cinnamon and sugar on the outside. It was delicious.
And then we also had, which was out of this world, which I think is like one of your top dessert dishes, is we had the
Cuatro leche.
Cuatro leche.
Cuatro leches. Yeah, that's the 4 milks. So that's a very Mexican dish as well for desserts. And it's a nice moist sponge cake, which you guys are aware of, that consists of, I think it's evaporated milk, condensed milk, the whipped cream, and the dulce leche, which would be the 4th milk. So.
And you got a nice bar there too.
Yep, look, there it is. There's the bar.
Yeah, there's the bar.
Yeah.
And you're so easy to find. I mean, you're right there on University. Your building actually backs up to University. It's right before you get to Royal Palm.
I have some customers that want to say hi to you guys.
Oh, yes.
TV show or a Facebook show called it's called the Incontro Show. This is Steve and Sophia.
Hi.
What is your name?
Love it.
What are your names?
Janet and Barry Gallinger.
What'd you get to eat tonight?
What did I have? Chicken quesadilla.
Chicken quesadilla.
Chili rellenos.
Chile rellenos.
All right, you said
okay.
So.
Okay, well,
how long have you guys been eating here for?
many, many years.
What's many years?
Oh, I don't know. 10 years?
10 years. There you go. There it is.
Wow.
Where's the other one?
Yeah.
That one was open. We opened this. This is 10 years. Just this one's 10 years old. This one's 10 years old.
So before that, we were down
So
there.
15 years.
At least.
Look at that, Steve. 15-year customers right over here.
Unbelievable.
And they
Well, you know what, though,
love
Marko, I'm not surprised.
Yes.
No, so.
After 15 years, you get a discount.
His dad was
You know, one other thing that we always notice is your service is impeccable.
Sure.
I mean, you know, I love it when a server sees that you need water and you don't have to tell them. Or if you need more chips or more salsa, your servers are very, very well trained.
All right.
Take care, guys.
We're going to sign off.
Yes, they're off.
Okay, Pedro's
Happy
waiting.
holidays.
Okay. See you. I'm sure we'll see you before Christmas.
Yes, hopefully. Service is something we take pride in, of course. That's business 101. One of the 4 things I think I mentioned to you not too long
Well,
ago.
our last question is, what is the phone number if someone wants to order to go?
to go. So we have 2 locations. Good thing is our phone lines are connected to both locations. So the phone number to call for the south location would be 954-688-7505. That is Mariachi South. That was the only one. 954-688-7505. And for the north location, Mariachi North. So if you're close to the Parkland area, it's 954-796-9285. Remember, they're intertwined, the phone system. So when you call, you're going to get a voicemail. It's going to say press 1 for the south location and press 2 for the north location. So, and if you guys want the best Mexican Cuban food in Coral Springs, call El Mariachi.
God, you're
That's
so
the
right.
truth.
Hey, thanks for coming on today. I hope we can do some more stuff down the road. And we love El Mariachi.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Marko.
Sophie, we just do Sophia, right? Sophia, right? Sophia. We love you. Steve O, we love you, man. Thank you so much for this. And we'll see you soon.
For sure.
Take care.
Okay.
God bless, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Oh, my God. So
we have Pedro on the line.
Oh, this is, what is it? The street. This is Coral Springs night. We have, when you listen to our show, you're going to hear every week our main restaurant, our main sponsor to our restaurant. And it's funny because some of the restaurants we called said, nah, I'm not interested. Then they hear Incontro doing our title sponsorship, and they call back and said, we want to do it now. We didn't know it was going to be like that. And what they also didn't know is that we were going to have the top podcast and TV show. So I want to welcome, he is truly our friend, not only because his food is so good, but he's just a good guy. Look at him. Pedro.
Pedro with the Italian restaurant.
Yes.
I know.
How are you?
I'm doing great, my dear. Doing great. How about you guys?
Pedro, I got to tell you, we get more calls from restaurants going, how do we get our name up there like that? And we told them, first of all, you got to be one of our favorites. And second of all, you got to be first.
Pedro.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're following a restaurant that's across the street from the walk, the Mexican restaurant, Mariachi. They were just on with us. But Pedro, what you have done with Incontro. Now, Incontro is right there in Coral Springs on the walk. We'll give a little ad to BurgerFi. They're right across the street from BurgerFi. What you have done with that restaurant, no other restaurant has done what you've done in that space?
You're incredible, Pedro. The service is impeccable. The service is better than the restaurants in Palm Beach, and I'm not lying about that. I mean, it's just, your food is great. Everything about your restaurant's beautiful. We love your restaurant.
Thank you so much. We put in love, and we like what we do.
And it shows.
So that's I will say that's the secret.
All the people who are watching now, when you go into Incontro, this is the first face you see. And he's got the big smile. I mean, it could have been an earthquake in there, and he's going to come on with a big smile. You are such a great host, Pedro.
Thank you so much, my dear. In my mind, and I mentioned this, in my mind, the restaurant is kind of an extension of my own place. So when you visit my restaurant, you are actually visiting my place. And I'm excited to get friends visiting my place.
I got to tell you, Pedro, we had some listeners, a party of 8 that came to dine with you. Now, when you have 8 people coming to dine, there's always that one person that goes, it wasn't that great. All 8 of them loved your restaurant.
Yeah, she actually said it's hard to have that many people and not one person complain. And every single one of them raved about your restaurant and they came back.
That's
But
what you want to hear. They come back, and that's what makes your restaurant so special. So let's talk. Let's talk about some Italian dishes that you do. God, your menu is amazing, and I always tell people with Incontro, close your eyes and point, and you're going to be fine.
I like to do that too. And first of all, we make everything from scratch. I have the pasta machine that I brought from Milan, from Italy, and we make it every day from scratch, every single pasta of us. The bread, obviously, we make from scratch as well. We made it at home. Um, our desserts I made here. Everything is made from scratch. And my chef is extremely peculiar on whatever comes into the kitchen and whatever exits the kitchen. He's extremely, I would say, tough, but I would like to say he loves what he does. He's proud of whatever has his name on it. And that's why me getting all the compliments that belongs to him, but I don't mind. And for real, I mean, I love to come to work because
I
only
know.
getting compliments and becoming friends of friends of friends. So I shouldn't get him being paid, but I know the owner, so we're good.
Hey, how about the people who is it every Friday or Monday they come into the restaurant every week?
Who?
One of your customers comes in. I think it's every Friday night or every Monday night.
The violin lady?
Yes,
She comes on Thursdays. We have,
Thursdays.
we have a guitar guy on Tuesdays and the violin lady on Thursdays.
Music.
Oh, the
Um,
music. No, you have a customer that comes in. Him and his wife come in. I think it's every Friday or Monday, and they always sit at the same. Who is this?
this is Christina.
Ah,
Christina.
Hello.
Hi,
And
Christina.
Christina.
Christina,
Merry Christmas.
Christina brought me cookies,
Christmas. Oh,
homemade
Ooh.
cookies.
nice.
Hey, Christina.
God bless.
Christina,
Thank you.
is Pedro really that hard to work for?
Never. Who said that?
What kind of cookies
Very
did you
homey.
bring?
We're all family here.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, that's what we
God
love
bless.
about the restaurant.
Thanks, Christina. That's right. It's just
It feels like we're in your
He
home.
has been working with us as a server for about 8 months. Remember, guys, we opened 11 months ago or 10 months
Yes.
ago, and she was baking cookies in the morning, and she sent me a video of her making cookies, and I said, "Why you're showing me the video? Now I want some cookies." And she's not working today, but she made the trip to grow cookies, so that's nice.
Oh, that was very sweet.
Pedro. What makes your octopus so good? It's like a charbroil taste.
I gotta tell you, and shame on me, but I have to tell you. And there is a particular restaurant at East Boca that used to have the best octopus ever. And I love octopus, but octopus is tricky.
Yes.
Octopus, you can have it anywhere, and it's hard to find it right. New York has many restaurants, but not here. So I used to go there all the time, and the chef that used to work in that restaurant is now in my restaurant. That's I have the
You hire
octopus.
people.
Stole 'em.
You hire people from Long John Silver now.
He
Okay.
stole 'em.
Now I have this exact perfect octopus that I wanted.
Wow. But it is. It's
It,
perfect.
it is perfect. It is perfect. Yes, it is just perfect. You cannot beat it. It's just perfect, and that's how I got it. And it is just one particular step, additional step that they make in there, like
Well,
good,
let's talk
expensive,
about.
but
I
it's
still,
just that's the difference.
well, I
It's
still
amazing.
say your branzino is the best I've
Yeah.
ever had. I'm still going with that.
Well, I
And
have a
she
story
loves
with the
Bronzino.
Benzina too. You know, there was this guy. He came. Now he's my good friend, but the day he came, he wasn't. But let's say 5 months ago, or something like that. He came and said, "Listen, I am a food critic," and I said, "Okay. I'm gonna say it again to you, Pedro. I am a food critic." I said, "Well, very nice. I mean, I'm Catholic. I don't know."
He's Catholic.
He got so upset.
Pedro.
I played that like I didn't know what I mean. And he said, "Well, I'm gonna make a good or bad review in the media, so you better tell your chef." I said, "No, my dear. I won't tell anything. I'm gonna be sitting next to you until he cook the food, so you do an honest opinion." He said,
Yeah.
"What did you recommend?" I said, "Anything." So he went to the same Manzino that you had, and he loved it. Since then, he's my friend now. He comes all the time, and he always have the same. I try to get him try something different, but he's that in love with the pistachio branzino with the special.
Do you
With
give him
with the
extra
steak.
fingerling potatoes? Do
He's
you give him
stuck.
extra fingerling potatoes too with his Bronzini?
No,
Yeah,
that's my favorite. I'm
he,
never
he
ordering
fall in
anything
love. He
else.
fall in love.
It's delicious.
Tell people about your steaks, Pedro.
Well, um, I always had Italian, but I always wanted to have a steakhouse. And there are many places that I know that they call themselves steakhouse, but they are not really steakhouse.
Right.
You have to have a chef that knows the steak, and you have to have the equipment. Um, at the same time, I wanted to do Italian, so I came up with a concept that combined both. Incontro has steakhouse as well as Italian cuisine, and customers come here, and my customers, the hard to make happy, the harder are from New York.
Oh yes.
And I have a lot of customers from New York, especially starting now until April. All of them come back, and I get excited because I get that many compliments. And
They have
also,
Peter Luger's there in New York. And if you're
exactly,
better than Peter Luger, you are
well,
really doing
I don't know about that. That will be for them to say. But what I know for sure that they ask for the steak in a particular way, steak, and everybody loves my steaks. Everybody does. Um, you see, my wife tried not to have meat, but she can help it because these guys, the fillet, it's extremely good. It's extremely good. Extremely good. And the special that we come up with, like surf and turf, that is like the big thing. Boy, it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
that's
Okay.
the best way to describe
Yeah, because
in Contra.
yeah,
It's perfect.
everybody that has gone there loves your restaurant, Pedro. Everybody.
Thank
Oh,
you
look,
so
we
much.
just got a letter from somebody going, are you taking reservations for New Year's Eve?
Oh, yes.
Oh yes, actually, there is no one day that we don't open. We open
Okay.
365 days a year. There is no one day that will not open. And of course, we are taking reservations. For the 24th, Christmas Eve, we already booked.
Oh,
Ah,
I knew
Yeah.
it. I knew
ah.
it.
I
I
don't know
knew
what.
it. I
What
told
about New Year's Eve?
We still have some room for New Year's Eve. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you going to do different settings for New Year's Eve?
What I'm planning to do, same thing for Christmas Eve. I'm gonna have my regular menu, but I will also have a bunch of specials only for that day, for whoever will like it. But let's say that you like a particular thing that you always come for it. I will not force you to eat something different, or I will not come back with a menu, more expensive menu that you have to.
Right.
That's not nice. So I won't do that. But I will have options for sure if you are up to something different.
Wow.
okay.
Give everybody your phone number if they want to call and make reservations.
Then you will have to give me a minute because I haven't
I
called
was
myself.
going to say, Pedro never remembers his phone number. Don't you remember?
We put him. That's right. We put him on the spot. That's amazing. Well, he just owns the place, you know.
He's best friends with the owner. I like
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, he's really good friends with the owner. I don't know. Did we lose him?
No, he's still on. He's just looking.
So, you know,
If I had my phone, I'd look it up.
no, you know what? Let me tell you something. They
There he is.
they
954.
Oh, so you found it.
No.
Okay, it's very, very funny number. It's 75454 77997.
Repeat that, Pedro. 754.
It's 754 547 7997.
Thank you. Merry
Thank you,
Christmas,
guys.
Pedro.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to say the best key lime pie I've ever had. And you know how much I love key lime pie. Oh, not too tart.
Not too sweet.
Oh, it was just.
And the cookie in the bottom.
And the cookies.
Perfect.
And you know what? When someone's got a birthday, you really do it up nice, Pedro.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can't help
make
it
them
myself.
feel
You know?
special. The balloons everywhere.
I
You're a
keep
good
saying
guy.
I'm a happy guy because I am. According to my wife, I laugh at my sleep. And sometimes I wake up on my own laugh. So it is true. I laugh. So
See,
so
you can
cute.
see why that we made Pedro. He's the title sponsor. His name belongs with our name.
Yes.
Incontro and Eat and Critique. We're not going to see Pedro.
That's why I
Before
said Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, Pedro. Thank you.
same to you guys. Thank you. Thank you
Next
very
week.
much for having me.
You know, we love you, bro. We really do. And anything we could do to help Incontro. Not that you need our help, but we love you, bro.
Same here. Same here. We love you back. Incontro love you back. And we are making kind of history. We never know what the future differs, but looks to me like it's beautiful. We are
Yes,
very
it
blessed.
does.
This city, Coral Springs, is a well kept secret regarding, the residents. They are very polite, well educated, welcoming. They appreciate what you make your effort, and it's amazing. It's just amazing. You see, we have Trader Joe's nearby, and I just walk there, and people wave at me. And yes,
He's a celebrity.
I don't know, and I immediately recognize them. I know, whatever we talk about. I know. Sometimes I even remember what they ate. Now I don't remember the names. I'm very bad with the name, but I remember. I just start talking to them, and they realize this guy actually remember us. Of course I do. Of course I do. So this
Pedro,
one is special.
we might stop by this week. We love you. Thank you, Pedro.
Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
Thanks to
Incontro.
you
We'll
guys.
see you next week,
We'll
Monday.
be here for you guys.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye, Pedro.
That was Pedro Bitar. He's the owner of Incontro. So we got to give away some gift certificates.
Ooh, we're running out of time, too.
We are? I thought we had another 10 minutes.
No, we don't. We have another 5, I believe.
Should be coming up. How much time we've got?
6 minutes left.
Okay. Well, we can give away a gift certificate.
Do you want to give away to Mariachi?
Yes.
Okay.
We've got it's $25 gift certificate
$25.
to El Mariachi, to the first person who can, on our chat line, first person who can tell us what's a good one. Oh, is Doritos Mexican food or not?
Doritos.
So if you chat with us on our chat line and you win, we'll mail you out tomorrow we'll mail you out a gift certificate to El Mariachi. We give out gift certificates every week, so this is nothing new. So all you got to do, go to the chat, tell us if Doritos is Mexican food or not, and if you're right, we will get your email and we'll send you out a great gift certificate. $25, you can get a lot.
It's a good stocking stuffer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. It is. We had so many things planned that we've got some major.
Just talk about like what we have planned coming up.
Oh my God,
The
we
fun
have
stuff.
Oh, we've got people like
Chaz Palminteri.
Chaz Palminteri from the Bronx Tale. We
Rob
have
Van Winkle,
Yeah.
aka Vanilla Ice,
That's right.
coming up.
And we got a lot of events that we're been asked to be judges at, which I'm really excited about. We've got a big chili cook-off coming out in February in Jupiter.
The Fireman's Chili
Oh yeah,
Cook-Off.
big chili. They've asked us to be judges there, and it looks like we're also going to be judges at the Lauderdale Wine and Food Festival.
And the meatball contest.
Oh,
for
the
Boca.
meatball contest is amazing. I remember one year I had a green meatball, and you got to be honest with people. You know, I hated it. Hated it.
Meatball.
So, and I'm hoping you all will join us every Monday at 6 o'clock. This is the TV version, but I got to tell you, we are so excited about all the new things that can be done with our show. What do you think?
I'm very excited about this new platform, and I'm happy to be here. And I think we're running out of time. We have,
You
think,
gotta put
3
your
minutes
glasses
away.
on.
I know.
You're squinting.
I am. I don't like my glasses.
Oh, you look
I
wonderful.
can't see with them, and I can't
See
see
without
without them. We have it's probably 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Let's see if anybody called in yet.
Has
for-
anybody done the gift certificate yet
No.
for El Mariachi?
No.
I don't listen. You can live in Palm Beach, or you can live in Dade. It's worth the drive coming to El Mariachi.
It is.
And this is our first show. People are going to be hearing about our show, and that's okay. It's okay. But boy, do we have some exciting things planned for our show.
We do. And we have a lot of gift certificates to give away. We have
Yeah.
probably 10 gift certificates that we'd like to give away to Incontro, to El Mariachi. We have lots of them. There's one of our listeners just now.
I was wondering who that was.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, you're going to learn about our show. We do some of the craziest things on our show. Just for example, I know we're going to be getting out of here. Just for example, when the health department shuts the restaurant down, Sophia and I go in and interview the owner to find out why they were shut down. And wait till you hear some of the answers that we get, some of the lies we get,
Fruit flies.
fruit flies we get. And so we got so many things in store for you. Sophia.
Tune in
You-
next Monday,
Yeah.
6 o'clock, same place, same. Our guy's still
Don't say
trying to
bad
reach
channel.
us.
Don't you dare.
Wishing everyone a happy Hanukkah and a Merry Christmas. We're running out of time.
Listen, we
So-
will see you all next Monday at 6 o'clock with more. The Eat and Critique Show with Steve O and the beautiful Sophia. We'll see you all next week.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Bye.
You've been listening to the Eat and Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics, Steve O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing